Congress have released another stimulus plan. Look like we're gonna be getting another check. That's what we're gonna be discussing today. Don't go nowhere. Keep it locked. This is the state that the country is in right now. The pandemic is still going on strong, and as of the 31st, all benefits have stopped. The extra $600 that people were getting on unemployment, it has stopped. The PPP bailout money for business, it has dried up. And also, many states have ended the moratorium on eviction. And also, with all this being said, the economy is in free fall and the stock market is in free fall also. And this has forced pressure on the Congress to act. And the Republicans have released a plan, and this is it.
He talked about $105 billion for education that would be separate from additional child care incentives. He also said that he supports another round of direct payments and a targeted round of PPP. He said that he wants to see incentives to hire and retain workers, as well as additional money for testing. Now, just as important as what he talked about is what he did not mention, and that includes a boost up in those unemployment benefits, as well as he did not mention state and local aid.
Everything they listed was very good. They talked about money for education, they talked about child care incentives, and they talked about cashing that check, sending that check. Hey, now you speaking my language, talking about that check. I need that. Yes, sir, I need that. But what you didn't hear, the Republicans did not talk about re-upping and putting more money into the unemployment benefits. They didn't talk about that. Also, they didn't talk about sending money to state and local authorities and government. Right now, they really don't want to do that because they feel like, and which is true, that a lot of the Democrat states are been running over budget. They've been doing all these big programs and they've been going bankrupt, which is true. And a lot of mismanagement is going on, and they don't want to send money to states and local cities that already have been going bankrupt. So they don't want to bail them out. And politically, I understand that. But come on now, Republicans. Y'all gotta include the shove for the unemployment benefits. People are hurting out there. People don't have no money. People need to pay their rent. But I understand it politically. Y'all really playing chess because y'all know the Democrats gonna counter. So I understand it. But we just got way too much politics going on. It has got to a whole crazy level. People are literally out here hurting, can't buy food, can't pay rent, and it been, 2 weeks now since the 31st, and y'all still haven't passed nothing, made no headway? Okay, that's crazy. Roll the clip.
Mark Meadows and I left the meeting on Friday, and it was clear to us that Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer were just not willing to compromise. And as a result of that, we walked out, we called the president and said, look, it's time for you to move forward with executive action. And those executive action, they're very important. It's not everything we can do with legislation, but he guaranteed that there's unemployment benefits that will go to the states. But, my view on a negotiation is you agree on the things that you can agree on, pass legislation that's good for the American public, and then come back always for another bill. And I think the Democrats are very focused on the politics. Perhaps they think that any deal is good for the president, and that's why they don't want to do it. We even agreed to state and local aid, just not the ridiculous $1 trillion that they wanted.
Well, you heard it there from the Treasury Secretary. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats are unwilling to negotiate. And you won't believe what the sticking point is. It is not the funding for unemployment benefits. It is not funding for a bigger stimulus payment, but it is funding. They want $1 trillion for state and local government. Corey, did you say $1 trillion for state and local government? Yes, I said $1 trillion for state and local government. I know, right? It sounds insane. But that's the sticking point. That's where the Democrats at. That's what they want, and that's where they cutting all the negotiations at. See, these politicians, their priority is not the people. We're in a whole pandemic. People are suffering. People are dying. People need to pay their rent. People need to get food for their kids. And the sticking point is $1 trillion to help pay off the debts in their failing cities. See, these politicians, they don't care about the people. Well, I'm going to say it like this. Their first priority is not the people. Their first priority is power and control. That's why they always come to us every 4 years. That's the only time we see these politicians, when it's time for votes. But I digress. Hey, now look what Trump did. Trump got all these Democrats real upset right now with his executive orders. So he signed executive orders and gave the people, instead of $600, what he did, he gave $400 towards the unemployment benefits. And I tell you, the Democrats hot right now. Man, I appreciate Trump for funding that, but hey, he still ain't getting my vote. Hold up, Corey. How Trump gonna sign that into law? Don't the Congress got the power of the purse? Isn't that unconstitutional? Honestly, yes. It is unconstitutional. And the Democrats gonna cry about it. But hey, they wasn't crying when Obama was doing it, so hey, don't cry now. And they gonna cry, oh, he just doing that to help his election. Honestly, I don't care. I really don't. I don't like that he doing an executive order, doing y'all job, because y'all can't come together to help the people. But hey, y'all forget, it's not about politics, it's not about y'all. Y'all are representatives to help the people, and that's what it's about. And hey, I tell you like this, I believe that they gonna end up passing something, because the Democrats are starting to look really bad right now, and if Trump is looking better than the Democrats, that ain't a good look. So Nancy Pelosi, y'all need to come together and pass this law, because hey, we ready to get our check. Hey, that's all I got for y'all in this video. If I hear any news, I will make sure to do a video and update you guys. But until then, unplug and prosper. Y'all have a blessed day. Nancy Pelosi, where's the cash at?